Hello, everybody. Sounds like you guys have a case of the Mondays. Rob, do you have a case of the Mondays?
Every Monday, sometimes on Saturday and Sunday, sometimes Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays as well. Today was
So,
definitely a Monday.
yeah, all right. So, we are this Xbox Life. This is episode 436, Dark Times. It is Monday, not Sunday. We typically stream live on twitch.tv/slash this Xbox Life every Sunday at 10 p.m. We're starting a little bit early on Monday. You can blame me. I'm Brun BJ Swick 33. Rob,
What, we
also
started 8 minutes early?
yes, Rob, also known as Presar, is also here,
Hey,
and
what's up?
Mark Wingman 709 is not with us today. He is feeling ill, so we wish him well, get better, and as he would blame me for everything because I wasn't here, I will blame him for everything for not
He's
being
a,
here.
he, he's on assignment covering E3
E3.
2015.
I was going to say that too, but I was just like, well, E3 is coming up.
Oh, he's covering the Xbox One reveal with Don Matrick
So,
right now.
oh my gosh, so
He will
bad.
pie face him.
We like to write that good old time off.
Yes.
So, but
I'd like to see him and Mark talking and Mark giving him a piece of his mind.
yeah.
That would be fantastic.
Well, I'm trying something new. I'm hosting again, and I just got done moving. As you guys all know, I've been gone for a couple weeks. Um, and when I was coming into setting
You
everything
have
up,
been missed but not forgotten.
yeah, um, I wish I should reach over here and grab. But for people who don't podcast and don't stream live on Twitch and stuff like that, you guys may or may not understand the amount of wires and cables and setup and pain that everybody really has to go through um, to get things working. And when I moved, I looked at this massive amount of wires, and I was just like, I don't want to do this. So I started looking into software based mixing, and that's what I'm using this time. So we're going to see if it works. If it works and anybody else wants to get into it, but you don't want to buy the hardware like we have, let me know and I can kind of give you a heads up on what we do. I am still using the DBX 286S though, which is as Rob put it earlier, is one awesome piece of hardware. I mean, you just
It's a
can't.
gift from the gods.
Yeah, DBX. DBX does like the best of their specialty. They're probably one of the top of the line. Um,
Oh, it because I used to spend a couple of hours every show cleaning up the audio
right.
and just it was such a mess. I mean, and there were sometimes I couldn't get it clean just because it was too much background noise. Because eventually, if you tweak it too much, then it like makes the voices robotic, and there's a whole bunch of different things that'll do. So the DBX, I mean, it is magical.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I see Revlo might have gotten signed up again. We ditched Revlo. Did you guys
Mm,
accidentally sign up again for it?
I don't know.
Ah. All right. Well, we'll like it. So yeah, it's we'll see how this goes, and if this
Yeah.
works, I may move up to a nicer piece of software and another piece of hardware. But my whole goal was to eliminate wires and give me desk space and stuff like that with to have it working. And
Yes.
but I am in a different room, bigger room. You guys can't see it, but it's bigger than normal, and I haven't tweaked any of my settings. So if I sound a little bit weird, just bear with me this week.
Oh, you mean weirder than normal?
Uh huh. Uh huh. Yep. Yep.
Yes. Okay.
Yep. That's exactly what I meant. So, but yeah. All right. So, I already announced when we are live on Twitch. What have you been playing, Rob?
So I succumbed to peer pressure and I bought Red Dead Redemption
Oh, finally. Well, it was cheap. It was
on
like
the
$11.
sale.
Yeah.
Yeah, I because Mark kept telling me that it was super cheap at some point, and every time I saw it on sale, it was like $20.
Yep.
So finally, it was $12, and I'm like, okay, fine, I'll get it. And so I played a little bit of it, and it's good. I like it. It's different. Let me just put it that way. It's not the norm of your typical shooting game, dudes with their machine guns and such just running through, the bunkers and all. Basically, a recent history war. And, it's refreshing to have the Old West, and it's pretty cool. And I was just thinking how great that game would look in HDR because of the sunsets, the canyons, the desert. And it really also reminded me of, was it about 2 years ago? I went down to visit Mark with my son. It was like July-ish, right around 4th of July. So, took a couple of trips. We went out into some caves and went up to Sedona and saw the countryside. Well, not countryside, saw the desert, saw the sand and the saguaro cactuses and all. And it really reminded me of that. I mean, it took me back in time into Arizona on our trip, having a good time there. And it's surprising to me that a game as old as it is, because the thing is what, like 5, 6 years old now, at
Oh
least.
yeah.
If Yeah, I don't remember exactly when it came out, but it came out
Yep.
a couple of years before Xbox One released in 2013. So at least, oh wow. So it's actually, wait, so let's say it came out 2 years prior. So that was a 2011 release. So that's 6 years at
20,
least.
2010.
2010. Okay, 7 years ago it came out approximately. And it looks good. It looks good. I really can't fault old games for not having like good story development and fun, because we had that for years. But the main thing that we're getting now is just more advanced graphics, better textures and all, and it looks pretty darn good. I'm very impressed, as I'm sure everybody else is. I'm a little late to the game on that game, but enjoying it so far. Uh, Definitely give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, it's definitely good for sure.
What have you been playing?
Uh,
The
the
moving
moving
game?
game. Yeah, I've been
That
playing
game sucks.
Tet
Return it. Get your
Tetris.
money back.
Yeah, been playing Tetris, and that's about
Oh,
it. I did pick up Battlegrounds, and I picked up the expansion. Um, Battlegrounds is like the what King of the Hill game that you see everybody, playing right now. Um,
okay.
you know what I'm talking about.
I think so.
So I've been doing that, or I have that. I've played one round of it, and the other thing that I got was I got the expansion pass for Elite Dangerous.
Okay.
So trying to Player Unknown's Battlegrounds
Okay.
is the other game that I got. So, but that's basically all I've been doing. So
Okay.
it's moving.
So that sale that they had, that backwards compatibility sale.
Yeah, I looked at it, but I couldn't really picture anything I wanted.
Yeah. When did that end?
The 21st, yesterday, I think.
Because I
Or is
was
it?
looking for stuff. I thought it was yesterday or the day before, and it was over.
Yeah,
I was really shocked at how quick it went.
yeah. It was only for like 5 or 6 days. Last
Yeah,
time
I
I
didn't.
checked.
That kind of made me mad because I figured it would last until Tuesday, and I sort of procrastinated a little bit. So I sort of kind of breezed through it. I picked up maybe like two, three things because I mean, it was nuts. It was so cheap. And what'll probably happen is the games that I picked up, they're probably going to be on games with gold over the next couple of months. So everybody, you're welcome uh, for choosing your games for you. That's usually how it goes. I buy the old game, boom, next month it's free. So anyway,
Anywho,
sort of a light week for
uh,
gaming, I guess.
it's yeah, like you guys,
Titles wise.
the last show. Oh yeah, titles wise and news wise, everything's a light week right now, leading up to. Hey,
Oh yeah.
when are we going to start having the pre E3 shows? Because we were kind of guessing it would be either this week or next week. I haven't seen really when people are going to be
Yeah.
doing stuff. Early June, maybe we'll get some.
Yeah, because it's on the 11th, right? Isn't that when E3 is, or that's when the Xbox announces? So we've got one, two. So it's the third Sunday from right now.
13th through 15th.
Oh, third. Isn't the Microsoft thing on the 11th?
Yes. Yeah, it's like, officially it's the 13th through the
Okay.
15th. The 12th is like when all the big shows are. But then Microsoft and um, who does Fallout? I'm blanking right now.
Bethesda.
Bethesda is going on Sunday, so EA is going on Sunday. There's like so
Love
many going on
Bethesda.
Sunday. But
Bethesda rocks.
yep,
Makers of Dishonored and Wolfenstein.
Wingman says, "Hey guys, I'm lying here on the couch resting." So good. It's fantastic.
Cool.
Good.
Oh, you mean his couch in the hotel room,
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
wherever the reveal is?
Yeah. So if anybody didn't know, Mark is coming back next week and doing the one man show. He said that Rob and I get the week off, and he's doing something on his own. I don't know. Something about, an all Destiny thing. So, no, I'm just kidding. He is so sick right now. Yep. Get better, Wing. We got you.
Yeah.
We got you covered.
Feel better, bud.
And don't worry, I will have a whole new setup for you to learn when you come back. I've been working on it. So,
Super.
hey, Drano85, thank you, sir, for a $10 tip.
Oh, nice.
We haven't
Thank
even
you.
got to ask for it yet this week. We're just getting to it. So. But we'll move on. Actually,
maybe Drain was trying to hurry the show along.
Yeah. So yeah, well, Drano, he actually used our tip jar, which is thisxboxlife.com/donate. He donated $10. We greatly appreciate it. He, he's done it multiple times, and every so often, he sends a donation, which is, much appreciated. And then we also have individuals who use our Patreon, which is thisxboxlife.com/Patreon. They become a patron of the show, and theirs is more of like, donate what you want from $1 to $100, and it's more of a monthly subscription, if you like to say it that way. It's one way to help support the show, so we do appreciate it. Like I said, the tip jar is thisxboxlife.com/donate. Nothing's expected, everything's appreciated. So thank you, Mr. Drano. So, but it's our last show. Let's take the money and run. No, I'm just kidding. But all right, round table. We were sitting there trying to think of what do we want to chat about this week. I had a couple things that were around this whole. Why are we talking? My gosh, consoles really upset me recently.
Why is that?
Well, we'll get to it. Let's talk about something cool. Amazon. Amazon. We all know
Oh,
Amazon. We actually, have.
I know our Amazon affiliate link.
Yes, our affiliate link for Amazon. We know
Yes.
what that is.
I know Amazon all too well, unfortunately.
Yeah.
My poor wallet.
Yeah. You're poor. Yeah. No kidding.
Oh,
But the thing about the Amazon app on Xbox One S, I believe. I think you need to be an Xbox One S, correct?
yes.
Okay.
Yes, for this.
Yep. Yeah, their app. They're updating their app, and they're going to stream in 4K.
Yes.
HDR, I believe.
Yeah. So it's going to be 4K UHD content. This is something that is currently only available on Xbox One S. It is not available yet on PlayStation. For some reason, it's not out. Who knows why? So, I've never really watched anything on Amazon personally. I just watch Netflix. Do you watch on Amazon?
Um, we have it. I have to catch up and watch the second season of Man in the High Castle, but
Oh yeah.
I
Okay,
haven't.
I
I
take that
haven't.
back. I have watched that.
Yeah, I haven't been on there lately. I've been trying to catch up with HBO shows and watching Silicon Valley, and but I haven't had much time for anything. Just moving, so and
Moving stinks.
yeah, so
Such a huge time suck.
yeah. Well, the
Sink.
yeah the tricky part was moving, and then that weekend having a graduation party. So we're writing out
Oh,
graduation uh things and sending them out from our old home, saying we're gonna have the party at our new house. I hope we get in it by then. So
yeah.
yeah, that was the fun that we had. So but cool. So
Uh,
4K
yeah. So
UHD.
yeah. So 4K Amazon Video. If you open the app, it should update. I guess that's the procedure. And then you can watch Man in the High Castle, the Grand Tour. It's another pretty good one. It's on my to-do list. Still haven't watched it. That's the guys from Top Gear, the UK show on
Right.
BBC. They came over and they have a new show, make more money. And so yeah, that's pretty cool. Wish I had a 4K TV.
Yeah.
It's only downside for me.
Yeah. Same
Someday,
here. I don't. I don't yet. Someday, absolutely. So
maybe Mark can try it while he's not feeling well and he's couch bound. He can try it and let us know how it is.
yes, he can do it right now as we speak.
No, because he's watching the show right now. We can't lose his attention, or we shouldn't.
And Mark, see, Mark's sick, not feeling well, and he's giving me topics, and he doesn't know our list of topics. He's talking about
Oh,
the. No, just kidding. Yes, Mr. Smiley, thank you for the follow, by the way. And I just noticed our alerts were messed up, so I fixed those.
okay.
But cool. All right, so next, this is all you, man.
Okay.
Did you read up on this? I didn't read up.
A little bit. So there's a Chinese company. Let's see, what was their name here? Their name is IG Sky, right? Or IG Sky. I don't know. I think it's IG Sky. And it purports itself as a gaming company offering people to pay for in game credits and rare items. But many of those items were actually coming from somebody else's wallet. Ouch.
Hmm.
Uh, so there was a complaint that alleges that the company made over $2 million in purchases through hacked accounts and their credit cards that are tied to them as a way to source these things that I guess they sold somehow. And on the site, you can buy cheap in-game points. For example, for FIFA games, Forza Horizon 3, Grand Theft Auto 5, and Pokemon Go, amongst other games. So there's been a lawsuit filed, and it really stinks if these guys like social engineer, hack, or something like that your account,
Mm-hmm.
and then they use your account somehow to purchase things. Because I was kind of wondering about this. I mean, how would this work? I mean, how would they use your account and then sell it to somebody else?
Well,
Can
I
you
mean,
can you think of a way to do that, or
besides them getting in, well, if you don't have two factor or anything like that on your account, and it's literally just like email password, um,
Mhm.
probably what they're going to do is they're going to take it, change the password, sell it off, um, you know, and really what's going to happen is you're just going to be able to purchase anything you can purchase while it's still active until the person catches it.
Mhm.
Essentially, what it is. So, I mean, that stuff happens all the time.
Well, actually, here's a description of how it happened. So
Okay.
apparently, they started being investigated back in December, and they were trying to build a case up against these guys. The Microsoft fraud team went and purchased 11,000 FIFA points on the website, and they paid $60. Immediately afterward, um, they received an email and password change for an 8-year-old account, which then proceeded to purchase 11,000 FIFA points for 127,000. It's unclear how the group gained access to the account, although there was no indication of a broader breach of services. Then the IG Sky people delivered the credentials to Microsoft's team in an email along with instructions to spend the points as soon as possible. And then shortly after that, the original owner of the account contacted support complaining that he had been locked out of his account and unauthorized purchases had been made. But still, I don't get it. It's like, how do you use that?
I don't know. I don't know. It's to me, it's like,
Because isn't it tied to that account?
well, I guess.
No.
Yes.
So okay. So
Yeah.
like, let's say my account gets hacked, or so
Right.
let's
If
say
you if
you.
you if you get your account back, you're basically getting all the stuff they bought because it's your account. They're buying it on your account.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I
That's
would think that that would stay with my account
right. Well, unless
because you
they
can't gift it or anything.
well, FIFA stuff, I think you like if you got cards, you could trade them. So maybe they're
Oh,
trading the cards back or something. It's like here in
no.
for people that aren't in the U.S., but like you know, if you get your credit card stolen or your bank card stolen or anything like that, people aren't going and buying TVs and stuff with your credit card. They immediately go to like a CVS or a Kroger and they buy $3,000 worth of gift cards for the fuel points at Kroger. No, they go and buy gift cards because what it is once they get that one transaction, they just buy a bunch of gift cards and then they can use those gift cards to go buy everything, and those gift cards aren't traceable. Basically, is
Yeah.
the way I understand it. But that's because that's how people get caught and get in trouble. You buy a TV, you buy a car, and it's all going to your name, or you're
Big
buying
ticket item.
Xbox. Yeah, big ticket items instead of just saying, "Oh, well, I'm gonna go just buy $5,000 in Amazon credit or cards," and then all of a sudden you put that on your account, and then it's like, well, no, that's they get away with it that way. But
How could you just like get like 100 McRibs
oh my
or
gosh,
something? Oh,
yeah,
what's that Arby's sandwich? Meat Mountain.
I've never seen
Did you hear about that?
that. No,
It's freaking silly. It's this mountain of meat, basically. I mean,
Arby's
it's
has the meats.
they do. They absolutely do. This thing is like $11. Yeah,
Mhm.
we gotta do a little segue into this thing. Okay, so this sandwich has. Did you pull it up?
Oh wait, hold on. So what is it? Arby's.
So, okay, Meat Mountain is $10, and then on the bun from the bottom up is two chicken tenders, 1.5 ounces of turkey, 1.5 ounces of ham, Swiss cheese, 1.5 ounces of corned beef, 1.5 ounces of brisket, 1.5 ounces of Angus steak, one slice of cheddar, 1.5 ounces of roast beef, three half strips of bacon, and I thought it was supposed to also have a piece of fish in there as well,
What am I
like a
doing
fish
here?
patty.
We gotta hurry up in the show. I gotta. I'm thinking Arby's.
Oh yeah, you're doing your meat mountain.
I'm heading to get a meat
But the
mountain.
thing is crazy.
It's probably $50. Arby's is
It's
so
ten
expensive.
dollars.
Oh, 10.
It's
Okay.
$10. I don't
Huh.
even know how somebody could eat this thing. I mean, you can't even fit it in your mouth. But anyway, buy a
Drano,
hundred of those.
Drano says Arby's meat sweats is more like it. So we have
Insane.
we have a place. well, there's multiple places, and I'm sure there's one in your area as well as everybody else. But it's can't Radizio's is what it is in Columbus,
Okay.
and what it is, it's like you go in, lunch is like $20 a plate, dinner's like 45 a plate,
Oh,
and
Brazilian
it's
steakhouse,
yeah, it's where they walk it with it on the spits. They just walk in like, do you want this? Do you want this?
the gauchos.
So they just cut the meat off and they just go around,
Oh yeah,
and so you get this little knob.
love those
Yeah, you
places.
get the little knob that's like red light, green light, like green light. They just
Mm-hmm.
keep coming by and stuff, and
Oh
so
yeah.
we call it we call it the meat faucet. You just, hey,
Oh
turn
yeah.
on the meat faucet, turn the meat faucet on. So
Oh yeah. The only thing that would make that place more perfect is if every table had an Xbox.
oh
Oh, that'd be heaven.
yes, I would never leave. They would have to kick me
Yeah.
out. So
Yeah. So the dude's walking around with the chicken, just wave him on by. No, no, don't waste my time.
sorry, I'm here for the steak. Thank you.
Bring the steak.
Yeah, that's where our Christmas party was.
Oh, love those
It's, oh
places.
my gosh, it's so good. But all right, moving on.
Yes.
Hey, party up lives here. Um, so next one. Okay, so Mark alluded to this in chat, and we're already going to talk about it. But the first thing to start with before we get to the Destiny talk is Xbox developers. So, and I was talking to you, Rob, before this. I said in on IGN, it's like the Xbox One versus Scorpio frame rate kerfuffle. Like it's a big issue. I don't
Slow
know.
news day.
I don't know if IGN is trying to play it off to where like Microsoft has some bad things going on, or like this is bad news or whatever. And I'll tell you my thought about it here in a second.
Sure.
Is so developers can choose higher frame rates for Scorpio versions, even in multiplayer. So basically, what it is I think a lot of it sparked from the Destiny stuff with PlayStation. Um, and Destiny 2 was locked in at 30 frames a second. Okay, except for on PC. PC's anything but on consoles. They didn't mention Scorpio at all, but on PlayStation, PS4, and PS4 Pro, it is 30 frames a second.
Okay.
Um, and I'll tell you the probably the bullcrap excuse that Bungie gave them, but what it did is people then went and asked like Mike Ybarra, and I believe Phil Spencer was even asked about it, and they're just like, no, we want the developers to make the best game they can make. Like you don't. I think what they're looking for is this whole parity. Like, well, if Xbox One can only, or Xbox One or Xbox One S can only run it at 30 frames a second, you guys said the Scorpio, everything that's playable on the Xbox One is also playable on the Scorpio. Well, yes, that's true, but they didn't say, oh, it has to be 30 frames a second, 30 30. You know, it can be 30
Right.
frames a second on Xbox One S, and it can be 60 or 140, frames a second, or
Right. Right.
120 frames. It's like whatever they can make it on Scorpio, they can make it on Scorpio. And I'm sorry for you people that might get upset about that. If you don't like it, go buy a Scorpio. That's my thought behind it.
Right.
Go buy a Scorpio if you want 60 frames, 120. If you want more frames and stuff like that, 4K and all that stuff, go buy a Scorpio. Now, like 4K, I think is capped out at 60 frames. Um, but I'm just saying, like, they IGN makes this story sound like it's like, oh, so I thought you were gonna make the same game. It's like, no, just let them make it whatever it is, and that's what Microsoft's saying is it's up to the developers. It's not on us.
Sure.
So um, that to me perfectly fine. I think everybody we should be good, right? Good
Yeah.
with that. Like, there's no problem. Like I said, if you don't like it, go buy a PlayStation where they keep it at 30 frames a second. But for me, I'm just saying make what you can make and go from there. Like I said, what I think spawned this and what is getting this out to where they actually asked Microsoft was the PS4 Destiny 2. Here's the title: PS4 Pro couldn't run game at 60 frames a second. I call bullcrap. So Destiny 2 will run at a 4K resolution on PS4 Pro will be locked at 30 frames per second because of CPU constraints. Speaking to IGN, Luke Smith confirmed it will not run at 60 on the Pro. I don't want people to continue to hope. We're going uh, to be matter of fact about this. So they're just coming out and saying that. The PS4 Pro is super powerful, but it couldn't run our game at 60. He added, "Our game is rich. Our games this rich physics simulation that doesn't make any sense. With collision and players, networking, etc. It wouldn't run. Not enough horsepower there yet."
Okay.
So, but the first article I read is that it won't run at 60 frames a second on PS4, and PlayStation has a parity rule that it has to run identical on PlayStation 4 Pro and PlayStation 4. So they're like the opposite of what Microsoft is saying.
Okay.
The fear in what Mark was saying here, and I'll repeat Mark's it's this topic for you guys. Do you think Destiny 2 will be allowed to run at 60 frames per second on Scorpio? It is locked to 30 FPS on all PlayStations as it can't run it at 60 frames per second. So they didn't talk anything about Xbox or Scorpio or anything on that event. My assumption would be no. I don't think they'll be limited at 30 frames per second. I think they'll be allowed to run at 4K 60 frames per second on Scorpio. If they don't, Microsoft is going to make it well known, which they've already started. It is completely up to the developer. It is up to the developer. Like they're going to come out and say, "No, ours can ours can run this." They just have decided not to do it. And I think if Bungie, who we know Bungie's great developers. Um, we know that Bungie can make a game run at 60 frames per second. That's why I say Luke Smith's comment that is here, where he's saying that their game's physics and blah 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 is crap. They're just lying. They're lying to save face. They're lying to protect Sony. It's a bunch of crap because they made Halo, so
Yeah.
they can get it to run at 60. Basically, what they're saying is either their game is as infrastructure and development is crap, as in they can't code worth a lick, or they can't, um, get performance out of their game, or they just can't get the games running at 60 frames per second. A game running at 60 frames per second, which I think is just a lie. I think it's to protect, and just come out and say it. That's all they have to do. So
I'm waiting for them to start reporting like, Xbox Scorpio runs at 60 frames a second. PlayStation runs at 61 frames a
no,
second.
no, obviously it can't because based on what they're saying is it just doesn't work. Um,
Yeah.
but so yeah, I don't buy the thing of like, well, with all our physics and yada yada yada. So, um, but I think if they were smart, they would pump out the best game they can pump out. I mean, the game is going to run best on Scorpio. It's just better hardware. It's going to probably run even better on, a PC with dual 1080i, 1080 Ti SLI at 300 frames per second.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just I think they should make what they can make. Um if Sony wants to make sure their things are the same on both consoles so people don't get mad, that's all on Sony. That's not Microsoft. If Sony holds up and makes a deal where Sony or where Destiny's not allowed to outperform Sony on other consoles, then just shame on them. I mean that right there is just anti gaming, anti consumer. But of course, all of Destiny has been anti consumer unless you owned a PlayStation 4. The speculation of it not coming out on PC, not being dedicated servers, which it's running on BattleNet, so I'm not really too concerned about that.
Hmm.
But they haven't mentioned if the content when PC does release, if the content is exclusive just to Sony, or if it's, they're also getting it, but it's like immediately they had like two strikes against them coming out of that conference for PC people. Like people were already
Yeah.
mad, and I've said it over and over and over. You will not do not make the PC community mad because they'll leave your game. And I'm sorry, you may think that you're getting a massive, if you're counting all your sales on Sony, then okay, I guess it's if you're happy with it, you can be happy with it. But to me, I say you make the game for as much as you can, as best you can on what you can, and make as much money as you want. As we'll see a little bit later with another game who decided to leave Xbox out. I don't know why you leave money on the table. It's just silly. So,
Yeah.
but you
Must not be
know,
important.
yeah, true. So, but the Destiny event was Thursday. Um, I think it looks. I mean, to me, it looked good. Um, I'm not a PvP person in Destiny, but um, I'd be excited to play it. They did actually say that there is exclusive content, but they didn't announce what it is. But they're still asking for people to pre-order. Still not sure how you can do that, but please buy our game. We're not going to tell you what you're getting. Um,
Yeah.
but I still, me personally, like I said, I'm still waiting on my content from 2015 that I paid for. So I haven't ran out and pre-ordered the game. Um, but I was going to buy it on PC. But of course now that could be delayed, and so who knows what they're doing. But I will say this: I'm disappointed in Bungie. Luke Smith. When he went to Bungie when they were still making Halo, he was very. I used to listen to him on podcasts all the time. I think he was like up on one. He was like on One Up Yours and stuff like that. And he is very smart and he's very passionate. But man, is he just cocky when it comes to this. Like the way he acted on stage is just embarrassing. Um, you know, I hate to tell you, but Destiny is not the best game ever made. It's a very very good game, and I loved it. I played hundreds of hours in it. But don't strut your stuff like you're making the best thing since sliced bread, 30 frames per second. You know, I'm sorry. It's and he just maybe that's his personality or whatever, but he just came off real wrong. And I'm not the only person that said that. A lot of people's like who don't even know who Luke Smith is or where he came from comes up and it's just like, who's the guy that was on stage? And I was like, oh, that's Luke Smith, and yada yada. And it's like, since when is he like God's greatest gift? It's just the way he acted on there. So I don't know if anybody else feels like that when they were watching it, but it was a little, you know,
It's
it was,
off-putting, kind of.
yeah, it really was, and it's just terrible. I just think Bungie has went down the crapper. I mean, they're like like one of my top three developers, you know, and of course make one of the started one of the greatest game franchises there
Oh
is,
yeah.
and I loved them, and they've done nothing but crap all over. I feel like they're crapping all over Xbox gamers in general, but then just the way they're acting, it's just sad, and it's really like I said, I'm disappointed. It's like when you're, a lot of us are parents and listen to the show are parents. It's like if your kid goes out and does something just like you can't figure out why they did it, but they just did something so silly or so stupid that you feel disappointed.
Silly
And
bad
yeah,
as
yeah,
opposed to
silly,
silly good.
yeah, silly bad, and
Yeah.
that's how I feel about Bungie. It's like as soon as they signed that deal with Activision, I just felt like, oh great, why would you do that? And this is what you get. So, but we'll see what they do. Mark, good question, good topic. We're just gonna have to wait and see. Um, but if I was Microsoft, which I do believe they'll probably do, they will come out and say, you know, sorry, our Scorpio can handle 100 and something frames per second. At 1080p, it can handle locked in consistent 60 frames at 4K, native 4K, as long as Bungie wants to unlock it. And then it's going to put it on them, and everybody's going to be like, come on, Bungie, come on, Bungie. And they're going to be like, sorry, we can't. And, that's one thing I think Bungie could do to redeem themselves is just to come out and say it. That's the other thing I think it disappoints me is they're not sticking up for us gamers. They're
Mhm.
they're just taking it, and it's just like, why do you allow yourself to be dragged through the mud? So, but all right. So, but if you love Xbox, and you're a gamer, if you're a gamer and you don't have an Xbox yet, and you stumbled across this Xbox Live, of course we are, mainly targeting Xbox, but we are all gamers. Um, and you got your PS4, your PS4 Pro, you got your PC, and you want to run out there and grab that Xbox. Mark, tell them what they've won. No, nothing.
Mhm.
I
I'm
said,
Rob, and I'm not Mark.
oh, sorry, Rob. Tell them what they won. So, but they won a chance because what is Xbox is on sale again. They've won a chance to buy it for $50 cheaper.
Yeah, yeah, they have, and it seems to be the norm nowadays, where they've had the $50 off almost what for the last year and a half, where it's almost at least this is how it seems. It may not be actually the case, but it seems like it's been on sale more than it has not been, which is not a bad thing.
Hmm.
But I guess let's say having a console for $299 with $50 off sounds better than just having one for $250.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
is that like a mind game? It creates urgency. I
Well,
better buy it before it goes off sale.
not only that, but it also gives you a chance to put it back up at 299.
Yeah,
Once you
that's
cut
true.
it, you cut it.
Hmm.
So, um, but I see it going on sale, and I say they're going to probably cut it once the Scorpio gets announced, and we need
Yeah.
um to do that. So,
So right now they've got a bunch of bundles that are covered under the sale. There's the Xbox One S Gears of War 4 bundle. It's going for $299. That's 1 TB, $299. Normally $350. The Gears of War 4 limited edition, which is a 2 TB console, normally $450. It's now $399. And then the Halo Wars 2 bundle and the Battlefield 1 special edition, both 1 TB systems, they're going for $299, which is $50 off their normal $350 price. And there was also a fantastic deal I saw on the Elite
hmm.
console. I think it was GameStop. I don't know if they still have it. You might want to take a look if it interests you. But I could have sworn that GameStop had a refurbished one for $299.
Still go with the S. I mean, even the Elite is an original Xbox One.
Oh, it's an original?
Yeah,
Okay.
the
So it's an
Elite.
original with Elite controller.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah. You definitely want to go with the S, no matter what you do.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Because I was just thinking from the standpoint of $100 for the controller, and then the console winds up being 200. But yeah, I don't know if it's worth it if you're going to be buying a 4K TV anytime soon. So yeah, that's it with that. Did you hear about the game Lawbreakers at all, Brun?
Before we started, you mentioned it, and I didn't hear about it, but I kind of referenced it a little bit earlier. But for leaving money on the table. But what are
Yeah.
so Cliffy B?
Yeah, Cliffy B,
Cr-
Cliff Blazinski,
Yeah,
I guess.
he left Epic. He was basically the creative director for the Gears series,
Yeah.
um, or
He
maybe
was like
the main
he was
guy.
almost like their Bill Gates, like their spokesperson
Right.
whenever there was anything for like years, he was the face that you saw.
He
He
was
was the
the
one that everybody followed on Twitter
yeah. So yeah, so
and all that.
we were talking about Bethesda. Bethesda's main guy is uh Man, I'm just drawing blanks today. Who's
Wait,
the main?
what?
Who's the main guy at Bethesda?
Duke Nukem? I don't know.
No, no, the main developer.
No, at Bethesda?
Yeah,
Bethesda's so freaking huge.
no, like the main. Uh, somebody in chat help me out. Todd Howard, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, Todd Howard is like the guy at Bethesda, and
Okay.
so Cliffy B would be like the Todd Howard of Epic.
Yeah.
So, but so he's making
So,
Lawbreakers, which
yeah.
was PC exclusive.
So Cliffy B left his old digs
Mm-hmm.
and he went over and he's a co-founder for Boss Key Productions, and they're making a new game called Lawbreakers. And if you get a spare moment, if you haven't heard about this game, check out the trailer. It looks pretty sweet. It is they call it a character-based shooter, along the lines of Overwatch and those types of games. So this game is going to launch on PC and PS4 later this year. There's no official release date, but if you notice, there's one key system being left off, and that's Xbox One. No Xbox One Lawbreakers release
No
is
Switch.
currently planned.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Switch as well, but I think Switch is like a whole different class. It's a class of system. I don't say it's not a real system, but for as far as hardcore gamers are concerned, really you have PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. Sorry if I offended anybody, but I'm not saying that Switch
Yeah.
is bad, but it's much like milder games. Because I don't think Overwatch is even available. Actually, not there's not much available for Switch.
Yeah.
Just your
So
Mario games and Zelda and the like.
so
So,
he's
but
yeah, so he's the co-founder of Boss Key Productions.
yes,
Yeah, so and it says as for why Boss Key chose PS4 over Microsoft or Nintendo's machines, the company had a simple answer. We liked PlayStation best at this point in time. And we had great conversations with Sony. So you didn't like it the best at the time. You just talked to Sony. so, um,
yeah,
but don't forget to lock that in at 30 frames per second. But so, but you never know. It might still come out. I don't think they've ruled it out. They're just
no,
basically starting at
you know,
that
he did mention that he said that we're a small studio,
mm-hmm.
65 people, and everybody's working hard on what they're doing.
Oh
So,
yeah, yeah. You got to pick
it's
one.
yeah, it's not like what was it? I think it was original Assassin's Creed or maybe Assassin's Creed 2. I thought I remember them having like more than a team of 500 people. It was like 450, 500 people. So, I mean, this is just a fraction of that.
Yeah,
But even though compared to what, 20 years ago when a game would be made by one person,
yeah. Well, no,
two
500
or three.
people is because they had a year turnaround, year or 1 year or 2 year turnaround.
Yeah.
So I can understand, but they have to pick something to start out with. Maybe they're looking at it and saying,
Yeah.
here's the thing: why waste time on Xbox One if you can put it out on build it on Scorpio when it
Yeah.
releases? So there could be 100 things.
Yeah.
I guess
And
maybe not to look too much into it. Um,
yeah. And he further elaborated. It said, we need to focus. They can't do everything at the same time. He goes, we're not Call of Duty with a
right.
5 studio and 1,000 people.
Yep.
So yeah, we're just focused on PlayStation, and PlayStation 4 has a lot of different configurations. It's almost like mini PCs with different version specs and resolutions. So already PlayStation 4 is not just a PS4, it's Pro as well. It's not simple. So I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Same here.
But still, the game looks pretty cool. And maybe it'll come out with PC or with Xbox at some point.
Right.
All right.
Cool.
Um,
Bad news.
yeah. So Red Dead Redemption 2 got teased a while ago, and now it's delayed.
No.
Yes. The release date has been pushed back until 2018, spring 2018. So that puts it out, what, a year, almost exactly, 4 seasons, 12 months, because it is
Yeah.
spring 2017 right now.
Don't they always release in spring time though? Don't aren't they an early year release type of developer
What,
anyways?
was it Rockstar?
Yeah. I thought they
I don't know.
always
I never
released
paid attention.
because when I heard it was winter, I was a little bit surprised because I always thought they did spring releases. So,
Hmm.
but maybe I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But I don't know. Maybe that's good. I mean, another thing is Scorpio will be out. Gives them more time with that. Um, things like that. So pretty cool.
Yes. So they announced that the game's being pushed back, which I guess is fine because I'm sure we'll have a bunch of titles on Scorpio and such coming out later this year around the holidays. And out on their website, can't talk, out on their website, rockstargames.com, they released a bunch of screenshots of Red Dead Redemption 2. And it is pretty cool. I mean, it looks sweet. Have you seen screenshots, Brun?
I'm looking at them. Yeah, that's looks good.
Yeah, I mean, the just the backgrounds. I mean, they look, I don't say almost photorealistic, but I mean the textures and the forests and the sky, the prairie grasses and such. I mean, they look phenomenal. And hopefully that is in-game engine and not just some cutscenes and such. But yeah, it gives us something to look forward to, and I'm sure the game will be awesome, just like the first one. Surprise hit.
Yeah. I'm looking here as I kind of like flip through because sometimes you get games announced.
Hmm.
You know, it looks like the next game getting delayed is Crackdown. Mark, Crackdown's getting delayed.
Crackdown came out a while ago, a couple of
Sorry,
years ago, didn't
Crackdown
it?
3. Crackdown 3. Is that a delay or is that canceled? It looks like it's canceled. Did they cancel
April
Crackdown 3?
Fools. He just fell off the couch.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh wait, he's calling in to yell at me. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, he's booking a trip to Ohio to
So
to
yeah.
strangle you.
Oh, he says shut up. What? You gotta have some fun. So, but
Yeah.
all right. So we got one more thing before you do your recap.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
So
this is kind of a given.
so big surprise here. NPD released some more stats, and guess what came out number one? No, 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 it wasn't Xbox 360. It was not the Wii.
It's a Switch.
It was it was not even the Wii U. It was the Switch. And one thing I was kind of surprised at was remember that dinky little Nintendo that played like what I don't know, 30 games, 70
NES
games?
Classic.
Yeah, NES Classic. It got canceled. They
Yeah, I
cut
know.
it.
Yeah, it was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that was a shocker.
So, yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I really did not have any intentions to buy one, but I was just surprised.
the one thing I heard about the Switch actually leading this month is it only sold like 380 something thousand consoles, and it led. It was number one.
Oh, wow.
So, and then of course that's in the U.S. So yes, of course it's that gives you an idea that obviously Sony and Microsoft is less than 300 something thousand,
Hmm.
and if you believe what is true, the false demand that Nintendo produces, you can't find them anywhere.
Yeah.
So you can't find them anywhere, and he sells 300 something thousand, and they're number one in the U.S. So everything
Yes.
seems to be, I think, slowing down prior to E3, and I think it's kind of expected with the Scorpio coming. So
Oh, and guess what I got?
what's that?
Can you see this?
Yeah, I can see it. What is that?
What does it look like?
I don't know. Looks like a tablet.
Yeah.
Is it a Switch?
No, it's an NVIDIA Shield.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
So,
it was
very
it's
cool.
It's what that Switch copied.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yep.
yeah. So they are number one yet again, and I'm sure if you could actually buy them in the stores, because almost every time that you go into a store, that little shelf in every store is going to be empty.
Empty. Yep.
Although there was one day that I went in to a Target to get a couple of things, and they did have them on the shelves. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like,
Yeah.
do I get one?
There
Do
were.
I do it?
Yeah. There was. There was two. There was two on the shelf like the week that they released at Walmart. At the
Yeah,
Walmart I was at, and it's like, man, I should have picked them both up and sold them. Not for a profit, but I mean, I could definitely have sold them to friends and family, that are looking for them and stuff like that.
sure.
So, but
Get people to buy you lunch for a couple of weeks or something.
yeah, for sure.
Hook you up. But yeah, I'm sure that if they were able to be sold a lot more, in other words, they did not have the inventory problem that they do, then they could actually sell a ton more. And I did hear if anybody is looking to get one, not that I'm trying to peddle Nintendo's, but I heard that Walmart.com releases them at 4 p.m. Eastern every Friday. So if you are quick with your purchasing, you might be able to score one online. They sell out in like 5 minutes if they even last that long. So if you want to get one, you might want to try that. That is a PSA from this Xbox Live.
Yep. All right.
And then,
Oh,
go ahead.
sorry. I was gonna say before you do your quick hits, I got something.
All right. What's
All
that?
right. So that's what you're doing next.
Yes.
Okay. So new section of the show, which Rob has been doing every week. He's been doing the recap of the week for quick news. I'm putting a spin on it.
Sure.
It's 60 seconds or less. It's
Okay.
quick fire, quick hits.
All right.
And what we're gonna do is we're gonna shoot flames out behind us
Yeah.
when we announce it next week. So quick fire, quick hits. So, but it's all you.
Okay. This is going to be pretty short this week. Um, so Far Cry 5 and a new Assassin's Creed title have been confirmed. I believe there's a Far Cry 5 Ubisoft press conference or something like that later on this week. I think it was the 26th ish, something like that, which what puts it in Friday territory. And Assassin's Creed, there's going to be something new with that. Is that a big surprise? I don't think so.
Is I know
What?
it's at 60 seconds, but sorry, I gotta
Oh,
ask.
okay.
The Assassin's Creed, was it leaked and being confirmed, or are they just announcing it? Because I remember them talking about like how every Assassin's Creed for like the last three or four have all been leaked by somebody seeing it on a flight and somebody seeing screenshots from somebody working out like in an at a coffee shop and just like all
hmm
these little sunny or silly things being where it's being caught. So was this just being announced or was it being confirmed because it was leaked?
the Assassin's Creed news is according to some internal documents that were obtained.
Oh, see, it's been leaked. How can you not keep
Yes.
quiet? Okay, all right. Sorry. Go ahead. Continue. All right. Stopwatch. Go.
Yes. And then Far Cry, I guess, was exposed on Twitter or something like that. But anyway, moving on. Um, custom gamer picks have arrived on the Android Xbox beta app. So you can tinker with your custom gamer picks on there in addition to PC. And then Life is Strange is getting a sequel. I know there's a bunch of people in the community that really enjoy this game. So the game is going to be getting a sequel, but according to reports, it won't be at E3. So I think Don't Nod or something like that is the name of the developer. Don't Nod Entertainment. They've confirmed there's going to be another release in the franchise. There have been some rumors apparently going around on the internet. Surprise, surprise, right? Rumors, internet.
Yep, must be true.
That's if that's scale bound. Yeah, if it's in print, regardless of what kind of print it is, it must be true. That's how a lot of Facebook posts get forwarded over and over. But Scalebound won't be revived. There's been some rumors floating around that it's going to be brought back, and they have nixed that. And that's it for this week.
Cool.
That was pretty quick.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Where's the flames?
Pow, 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 pow.
So, all right. So let's hit the community, and this is going to be super quick. So we have no voicemails, no emails, no Twitter messages, no announcements, no Xbox Live announcements. But I'm going to tell you how to send them in. And actually, Mark said, FYI, we can announce another UK Amazon giveaway. So we have another UK Amazon giveaway. We typically ask for voicemails, emails, things like that. So I believe we're doing the same thing, correct? So if you are in the UK, yep, send us a voicemail. We're going to give you, 2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks is good.
So we will announce it on show 339. So that gives you 439. So that gives you 437 and 438 to send in your voicemails, and we'll announce it on 438. So we'll listen to all the voicemails. Yep, and we'll announce
so that's
it on 438.
The second show from now, yep, which will probably be our E3 show, yes, our prediction one.
Yes. Yep. So
or whatever. Yeah.
So from the UK, send us in some questions, comments, anything you want to talk about, topics. Actually something E3 related. Tell us what your favorite.
Yeah, that'd be
what
awesome.
You're looking forward to in E3. How's that sound?
Mm-hmm.
So let us know what you're really looking forward to.
Looking forward to predictions or anything.
It doesn't have to be Xbox related. Just most likely, if you're listening to an Xbox show, I'm sure you're excited about is it Scorpio? Are you excited for a certain game? Like, I want to see more of the Detroit game. I know that's an Sony PlayStation exclusive, but that game, I just want to play it so bad. So, but yeah, how about that? 2 weeks, UK listeners, or anybody I think that can use pounds, I think is what it was.
Yes.
So, but yeah, 2 weeks. But what you do is you go to thisxboxlife.com. If you go on the right hand side, you can say send voicemail, follow the prompts, and send it to us. If that doesn't work for you, another thing you can do is record your voice on your cell phone or anything. You just got to be clear. Make sure you listen to it. Make sure we can understand you. And there's not like static or a lot of background noise. And you can email
a lot of cell phones have like the voice recorders.
Yes. Yep.
That you can then share that into an email or something like that.
Yeah, and if you email contact at thisxboxlife.com, we will also get it that way.
And definitely do that if you want to leave, let's say, like a longish message, meaning like over 60 to 90 seconds.
Yeah. So, but yep. So that's voicemails, email, like I said, contact at thisxboxlife.com, or if you go to our website and click contact up in the top right hand corner, you can fill out a form and do it that way. Our Twitter account is thisxboxlife.com/Twitter, or thisxboxlife is our handle. If you tweet, have questions or anything like that, if you do that, I will respond, or we will respond to you, and so on and so forth. Thisxboxlife.com/Facebook is a link that will take you to our Facebook group where you can request to join. We just kind of glance to make sure your account is role passing worthy, and then we accept. And it's a great community. I really do like our Facebook community. It's awesome.
There's great people in there.
Yeah. Everybody's so nice and it's fun. So, and I think that is it. So, what's new this week?
Got a couple two tree things for the week of May 22nd through the 28th. That is Monday, which is today, through next Sunday. We have Portal Knights coming out tomorrow on the 23rd. On Wednesday, we have Embers of Mirim. And on the 24th, I guess this is like one a day, 23rd, 24th. On the, actually, also on the 24th, we have Unit 4. Rime comes out. That's Rime on 20 on the 26th. Everspace is coming out of, what is that program called? What's that one that has the stuff you play in advance? Early access.
Oh, okay.
That's it. So it's leaving early access. It is a Play Anywhere title, and it's a console launch exclusive on the Xbox. That's May 26th. And also on the 26th, we have Get Even, which is a psychological first person shooter. Spell Spire comes out on the 26th also. And then lastly, the 26th has Constructor. So got a couple of titles there. No real huge titles, but it looks like a bunch of little games with some fresh new stuff coming. Then Games with Gold switched up a couple days ago for Xbox One. We have Gianna Sisters, Twisted Dreams continuing. That started on May 1st. You've got it for about another 10 days, another week and a half or so. Lara Croft, The Temple of Osiris was the new title on the 16th of May. Xbox 360, we have Lego Star Wars, The Complete Saga. That started on the 16th and is going to go run through the end of the month. Don't forget that the Xbox 360 titles are also backwards compatible, and you can play it on both systems. So, definitely grab everything if you can. And also, lastly, as always, if you make any purchases on Amazon, like this guy right here, I make too many purchases on Amazon. I hate you, Prime. The lure of next day delivery. And actually, I look at stuff and I actually kind of think about it. It's like, well, I probably wouldn't get out to the store till tomorrow, and it'll cost me this much in gas
Yeah.
to get to the store, plus traffic, this amount of time. Okay, Prime, even if it's like $4 to get it next day, a lot of times it's free next day with Prime. Oh, so evil.
Yeah.
So evil. You can get your fidget spinners
Oh my
uh,
gosh.
super cheap. Are those a big hit over there by you?
Yep. Both my kids
Oh,
have one.
oh, these things are crazy. I mean, I don't get it personally, and I think they're starting to be
Well, they were meant.
old
They were
news.
meant. Well, they were meant for a purpose.
Yeah,
They were created for a purpose, and then just
were they really?
yeah.
I mean, were they really for that,
That's what I've heard. I didn't read into it, but
or was it like the snake oil salesman putting
I
the medicinal property spin on it?
I don't know. As far as I know, that's what they were made for.
Yeah, because I got a couple of them for my son. I got them real cheap on eBay, and they are purely entertainment for every kid that I've seen. Sitting there, because isn't it like you're supposed to, if you focus on it, you're not doing it the way it's supposed to be used. It's supposed to be like not a distraction, so you play with it while you're doing something else. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. You're not supposed to be like staring at it. I have friends that will take pins and stuff, and they will flip them around their fingers and catch them
Yeah,
and do it real fast, and literally the pin flips around their index finger, and
sure.
my friend Adam, he would just like be flipping that pin, and he's not paying attention to it. He's focusing on coding and stuff like that, but that was a thing that he would do. I'm not saying that, it's, I don't believe he has ADD or anything, but it's just one of those things. So, but
Yeah, there's a new thing that I just ordered the other day. Oh, what was it called?
Mark
It's a
Mark was saying
what?
yes, they are meant to help kids with ADD. Says they are meant to help them play with them while they focus on what the teacher is saying. So, but all right,
I got
sorry.
I got this new thing. What the heck was it? It's this thing. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. Where are you, Amazon? Where are you? Got to look at what I ordered. So I can't remember the name. Toro Flux.
What? What'd you call me?
It's you heard me. No, I got this thing. It's called a Toro Flux.
Okay.
It's a kinetic spring toy. So this is the new thing that's probably going to be banned from schools. So it looks like what do they call it? Like it's like a slinky
Yeah.
that is, let's say, put end to end, but it's also like intertwined. It's like one piece of metal welded together.
Uh-huh.
And what you can do is like you can run it like you put your hand into it and
Uh-huh.
then it like goes down your arm and then you can like flip it back. It's yeah, just do a search for kinetic spring toy. This is
I
probably
will.
going to be the next big thing,
Oh my
but it
gosh.
banned in all schools.
Yeah.
Toro Flux.
Okay. I'm looking at it.
They're like $10.
Yeah.
You've spent worse money on other stuff.
True. Taco
But
Bell.
yeah. So anyway, go back to Amazon.
Yep.
If you're going to be making any purchases on Amazon, like these guys here, then make sure to use our affiliate link. You can find that at our website, thisxboxlife.com. Click on the big old smiley Amazon logo on the right hand side, and then make sure to do that each and every time you make your purchases on Amazon. Doesn't cost anything extra to you, but it does help us out, and we get a little finder's fee for sending you their way. Make sure to do that every time you make your purchases on Amazon.com. And then another way that you can support the show is find us on iTunes if you're a user of iTunes and you have your little iDevices and such. If you don't have them, you can buy them on iTunes. I mean, on Amazon, maybe. I don't know if they sell them there. I'm assuming they do. But find us on the iTunes store. Give us a 5-star rating. The more 5-star ratings that we have, the more it pushes us up in the rankings over there. So that would be greatly appreciated. And I don't have anything else. Do you, Brun?
I do not.
So let's wrap it up.
All right. Well, that's it, everybody. Thank you for coming out this Monday or listening. We will be back on Sunday. I believe all three of us will be back. So for the first time in a couple weeks, like 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So, but and for those who want to get in on the Amazon UK giveaway, make sure to send in your voicemails. So I'm Brun BJ Swick 33.
And I'm Rob, also known as Presar. Thanks for listening, everybody.